Ahoy, I'm Comic Book Hunter, also known as just Hunter.
Hello there, I'm History of the Flash, but you can call me JD.
And welcome to Hero Story episode 191, best issue of Daredevil. Stealing your joke, JD.
Yeah, I know, I was about to say, I just said that.
Yeah. Hero Story is a podcast all about comic books where we talk comic movies, TV shows, video games, you name it, we probably talk about it. This week, the comics
You're stealing all my line.
Yeah, I am. But geez, I'm just realizing that. You usually do the intro. I don't know why I'm doing it this time.
Let's hear it. Go on.
This week's comics that we're reviewing are Dark Crisis #1, The Event Has Begun, Flashpoint Beyond #2. I also got The Amazing Spider-Man #3, Dark Knights of Steel #7, and Batman 124. But Dark Crisis and Flashpoint Beyond are the two ones that we're really going to focus on. The other ones we'll just kind of gloss over. And we also got comic book news. We got a trailer. We got movie announcements. And JD just got back from something comic book related. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so today Midtown Comics had a signing with Joshua Williamson, friend of the show. It's kind of feels weird to say that, but he is at this point. Tyler had sent it to our chat that Williamson was doing a signing, and I was like, oh, cool, I want to go to that. So went down to Midtown, and yeah, it was really cool. I'd never gone to a Midtown signing before, but it's pretty cool. There was this line outside, and a lot more people than I was expecting. I mean, there must have been a line of probably like over 100 people. It was like, down the block. So, but it was cool. I was probably like 30 something in line because they were letting us in like groups of 10. So I was in the third group that went in. But yeah, Josh was set up at like a table, and I was like, even though we spoke to him for like, over 2 hours of podcast time at this point, I was still like nervous. I'm like, is he gonna remember me? But he did remember me. He was like, he's like, I thought you looked familiar on the line. So I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Did he remember you right away?
Yeah, because like when I walked up, like it's like one at a time. He's at like a table, and then like each person comes up one at a time to get their book signed. Yeah. And like he did like the little like, I know you, and I know that face.
Oh, but no way.
Yeah, so that was cool. And then I was like, oh yeah, you did our podcast, you did our 100th episode like last minute. So he was like, yeah, he was like, oh, I'm gonna have to come back on that soon. And I was like,
yo,
yes.
Yeah. So he actually said that.
Yeah, I know. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, let's get that, let's do that. We're coming up on episode 200 soon. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, shoot me an email, and we'll get that worked out. He's like, maybe sometime in July. So I was like, okay.
Do we hit 200 in July?
I'm not
sure.
I
think August actually.
Damn. I mean, we'll see when he could actually do a podcast. Even if it's not 200, I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully he'll return it to the show at some point. But yeah, so that was really cool. And then so you have to buy Dark Crisis #1 to get into the like signing, and that you can get 3 books signed, but Dark Crisis has to be one of them. So I brought a few extra issues, but my friend also went to the signing. He's not into comics, so I gave him some of my extra issues to get signed. So I ended up with a few signed books, 4 extra signed books, 4 signed books, and then the Dark Crisis signed. So this is the Dark Crisis one. He signed up here in black, and then like he put like I don't know if you can see, it's like gold marker on the Flash logo.
Oh, he like outlined it.
He outlined it. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so that was Dark Crisis 1. I had him sign a few issues from his Flash run. I had him sign the first issue of his Flash run, Flash Rebirth 1.
Nice.
With the big wally head, and he put like the lightning logo like on Barry's eyes, like on which is kind of cool. I had him sign Flash Annual 1, which is my favorite issue of his run, with the Wally cover.
Great cover, yeah.
Gold marker. And then he signed the final issue of his Flash run, Flash 762, with the white, the white cover. With,
that book was made for signing.
Yeah. There's like so much room for it. So, and he did like a little like Flash logo on it. So,
you got to meet Howard Porter one day and get him to sign it.
Yeah, I know that'd be cool. Now I got room on this side.
Yeah.
And then for the last one, so I had told Hunter about this earlier in the week. I was gonna bring a blank cover and see if he would do like a little sketch. I didn't know if he'd do it or if he could even draw. Like I've never seen him post anything like that. But ever since I got that Tom King little sketch, I was like, I just want to try to get one from like writers, even if they can't draw. Like I think it's just cool to have. Because it's like a 1 of 1. Like the one that I have by Tom King is a 1 of 1. No one else has that in the world.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mitch Jared signed my Mr. Miracle. He did a little sketch of Mr. Miracle.
Like that's awesome. Like like that's so cool. So I was telling Josh about that when I pulled it. I was like, I pulled out the blank cover. I was like, hey, would you be able to do a little sketch? And he's like, oh yeah, of course, man. And then I was telling him about the Tom King one. I was like, oh, I had him draw Nightwing and Wally West, and he's like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, it was right after Heroes of Crisis and the shooting, and he was like, ooh. He was telling me a story. He was like, he was meeting up with some friends. Like he was doing like a thing for like one of the libraries near his house,
Mhm.
and they were doing like some comic thing. And he said a guy came up to him, and this is right before Heroes in Crisis and right before Dick gets shot. But obviously he knows that this is gonna happen. And the guy's like, "Oh man, I'm like such a big fan of Nightwing and Wally West. Like I hope you write more of them." And Josh just like, "Oh man, I know it's gonna happen." Like I was like, "Yep." I was like, I feel that guy's pain. But so I handed him the blank sketch. The only blank cover that I had was actually Death Metal #1. So
Oh,
obviously Williamson didn't work on it. I tried to find another one, like a Flash one, but I couldn't find one in my comic shop.
dang.
But it'll do. It's a black cover. So he drew me a little Batman sketch, which is
Nice.
cool. And yeah, like
I think he was involved in the creative process of death metal.
yeah, I mean he helped plan it and stuff, and he did some of the tie-ins. So I mean, there's
Yeah.
some relation to the book, but it was the only blank cover I had. But I didn't mind. I just want like it doesn't matter what book it was on. You know, it's a Williamson sketch.
Mhm.
So now I own a Williamson sketch. I own a Tom King and a Josh Williamson sketch. Not the people I was expecting to get sketches from, but they're cool.
They're two huge writers at DC. Maybe one day you'll get an artist to do it.
Yeah. No, I need to get an artist on a blank cover, but it was really cool overall, and it was awesome that he remembered me. Josh Williamson is an awesome guy. We took a picture together as well, which was on my
Mhm.
Instagram story, and yeah, so I had a good time meeting him, and hopefully he'll be back on the podcast at some point soon here.
Yeah, well, he said he would. So,
Yeah, exactly.
and
So
since we last talked to him, now he's on Dark Crisis. He's on the event for DC right now, so that's
oh,
huge.
that's what I want to tell him when he gets back on. I'll be like, the first time we talked to you, like you just got your second book, you just got Justice League Odyssey. Now
Yeah,
you're writing like Dark Crisis. Like that's crazy.
yeah, he really
So
like upgraded his career in the past few years here, and we're actually a Hero Story is now 4 years old as of last week. We've kind of forgot about that, but
which is crazy, by the way.
yeah,
I can't
so
believe we've been doing that so long.
I know it's insane, but so thank you for listening these past 4 years. If whether this is your first episode or if you listened to all of them, I think we have a few listeners who have said have listened to every single episode.
Yeah, which is crazy. The first episode, the
Yeah,
SoundCloud episodes. Wow,
yeah,
real
geez,
ones.
just on SoundCloud. But yeah, it's kind of cool that we didn't realize it was our anniversary and we had Jeremy Adams on for the
Yeah,
4 year. We just
yeah.
didn't even
If you
notice
guys
that.
haven't heard that episode, the last episode we interviewed Flash writer Jeremy Adams, which was a ton of fun.
It was awesome, yeah. And
Go give it a listen.
he co-writes Flashpoint Beyond. He does a lot of animated stuff as well. But he told us what to do to get into comics. Well, advice at
I'm
least.
actually listening to the book that he recommended. By the way, I just started it.
How is it so
The
far?
Stephen King one. It's interesting. I mean, like Stephen King's just talking about his life right now. Like the
Mhm.
first thing he ever wrote when he was like 6 years old. He said his mom paid him a quarter for it. He's like, it was the first money I ever made on my writing.
Oh, nice.
I was
Probably
like, that's
motivated
cool.
him.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But yeah, definitely check that out. And until then, Joshua Williamson might be our next guest unless we get lucky or spontaneously ask someone. We've asked a lot of writers and artists, and a lot of times we get left on red.
Left on red or don't respond. It's a
it,
tough
it's
business.
it's tough. We've had some people like Miss Jared's. He said that he was going to do podcasts, so I messaged him, and he liked the message. He didn't say anything, and I don't think he did any interviews, like podcast
I never
interviews.
saw an interview with him.
Yeah, so it's difficult. But I know Chip Zdarsky's doing a lot recently since he's on Batman in a month here. So maybe we'll see. On to the news of the week.
I mean, I've been left on red by Chip so many times that like it's painful at this
I've tried
point.
twice, I think. Yeah, it's difficult.
Oh, Chip.
Start off with the Marvel news. Miss Marvel's not playing. I just added that in because there's not too much news this week, but Miss Marvel's out now. The first episode came out. I imagine you didn't watch it, JD.
I didn't even realize it was out yet.
Yeah, I know you're not really into the Disney Plus stuff, but I watched it and it was fun. I don't like the power change, but I thought the episode was very fun. There's a lot of 2D animation to it from her imagination is like animated.
I like the
Spot and, like,
actress. I
walls
like a
and
lot of
stuff.
stuff she said about like she's like a comic fan, which is crazy.
She's a huge comic
so
fan.
cool.
She dressed as Miss Marvel when she was 15. I think she's
Yeah,
like,
that was really cool.
yeah, and like before she was casted at all, before
Yeah.
the show was even announced, she was dressing as her. She's correcting Kevin Feige on saying it's 616 is the comic universe and the MCU is 199999. So
Yeah, that was
She's
really
really
cool.
cool. Yeah. So and the show's been fun so far. It's just the power change is a little odd, but besides that, it's good. It's kind of odd before because it's the first episode is her origin, so she doesn't get her powers until like the last 5 minutes or so.
Mhm.
So the whole show, as you're leading up, I'm like, this is incredible. Like this is really, really good. Like the cinematography. There's a scene where she texts her friend, and like the text is like in the background on like signs, or it's on like street lights, it's in lights and neons. It's
Like
really
very creative shots.
it's very, very creative. And like she's talking about ideas that she has for like a book she wants to write. And in the background, there's like graffiti on the wall of the exact thing that she's talking about, but it's like moving and forming itself, like showing her imagination. So
That's cool.
very, very, very creative, but power change is kind of odd.
I mean, you said this since it was rumored, like that you hated this power
Yeah,
change.
because it's Green Lantern's powers.
Right.
It's just Green Lantern's powers. It's just, I don't know. I've been reading Champions for some reason, and Kamala's in that. And so I've read a lot of Miss Marvel in the past week. And I don't know, I think her powers are cool in the comics, so it's kind of odd that that's
Did you ever
happening.
read the Miss Marvel run? That I think it was 2014.
I read I had the first trade. It's like the first
I
five
also own that
issues.
trade, but I've never read it.
Why do you own it?
I got it for free somewhere. Like someone gave it to me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll throw
I
it on the
also
shelf."
got it for free. I got it at a
What?
library.
What are the
Yeah.
odds?
It was like a giveaway thing at a library, just like free books.
Dude, mine was at a library. What? That's
People just give
crazy.
libraries give rid of Miss Marvel books, I guess.
That's
It's like a
insane.
war. It's like huge now. There's a documentary on that book, on that run at
Really?
least. Yeah, I just saw that the other day that there's a
Wow.
little documentary on Disney Plus about that run specifically.
I should read that trade like sooner or later. Is
It's
it any good
good.
or no?
Yeah, it's good. It's I have it's like thin. I have the thin
Yeah, it's like the
version.
first 5 or 6 issues, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. It is good. That's the only thing I read besides that. But I've read her a lot in Champions, and she appears a lot in Miles Morales, and she was on the Avengers for a bit. So
Right.
I've read a lot of Kamala. So and plus there's the
Right.
game. So I feel like I'm knowledgeable on her.
Right.
Marvel decided on the middle of a Thursday afternoon they were going to announce a Thunderbolts movie is happening
Yeah.
very
So
suddenly.
random.
This is official too. This isn't just like a rumor or anything. There has been rumors of this for
I
a
was about to
long
say this has
time.
been rumored for like months at this point. I know people were
Yeah,
lining up the first appearance of the Thunderbolts.
it was like a series, but yeah, this is like official. Marvel Studios announced Marvel's Thunderbolts movie, and Jake, oh gosh, here we go.
Oh
Jake
boy.
Schreier is the director.
I'm sure he is.
Oh, yeah, he's tapped as director right now. They also have one of the writers for Black Widow is going to be helping with the script, but not fully producing it.
Ah,
But yeah, this is like an official thing. It's going to be a movie. It's set to start filming in July next year, so about a year from now. So there's still some time, but this is all real things happening. I believe they already announced the cast too, or like returning characters. Did you see that?
no, I didn't see that.
Because it's all it's been set up for a while now. Let's see if I can find it here.
I wonder how popular this is going to end up being. Like, are the Thunderbolts that popular in the comics?
They've had a few runs, so it's not.
I've never read any Thunderbolts related things.
That's fair. I mean, I've read Dark Avengers, which is basically Thunderbolts, but that's about it. All right, Ghost is going to be in it, like the villain from from Ant-Man and the Wasp. She's set to
Okay, the one
return.
with the white suit.
Yeah, Yelena, U.S. Agent, Winter Soldier is actually set to return as well. Abomination,
Like
and
Winter Soldier is in Bucky.
yeah, Bucky. He's supposed to be on the team. Him and Yelena are like the two like good characters that are trying to keep the team in check,
Okay.
I guess. And Taskmaster.
Oh boy, everyone's favorite
Yeah,
character from Black
everyone's
Widow.
favorite. Everyone's favorite. But those are like the apparently confirmed ones right now. I just looked up an Instagram post for that. I don't know where they got the source for that, but a lot of people are mentioning these characters specifically.
Right. That's probably accurate.
Yeah, and the I think it was Hollywood Reporter, no, not Hollywood, or Deadline reported that Yelena is one of the characters that is like going to be the lead.
Right.
Florence Pugh's, forgot her name.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Florence Pugh.
yeah. But yeah, this is actually happening, and it's set to be 2024 movie for the MCU. So okay, I guess we're not doing announcements anymore. Is San Diego Comic-Con not happening this year?
Is it not?
I don't know. I feel like this is something that would be saved for that, and it's usually around this time, isn't it?
I thought it's summer, like July.
Is it? I mean, it's summer
Yeah,
right now.
because the New York one is October.
San Diego Comic. I thought it was canceled this year.
Oh, that'd be really sad if it's canceled. No, it's July 21st through July 24th.
Oh yeah. Why did I think it was canceled? Was it canceled last year?
Yeah, it was canceled last year, but it returns in 2022.
That's why.
That's on my bucket list. I want to go to that one day.
Yeah, me too. I definitely want to go.
That'd
That's
be
like
really
the
awesome.
biggest one.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go to New York. I want to go to New York as well, which, I mean, it should be easier because I actually live in New York.
Yeah,
For
you
some
should
reason
be
I
able
just
to
haven't gone.
You go this year.
I want to. It's hard to get tickets though, like especially if you're like new to it. Like I think the first offer of tickets go to people who've already gone in the past.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, so it's hard to get tickets.
I look up interviews all the time in San Diego because they announce stuff there. That's when they announce like the big things. Like I've watched the Doomsday Clock announcement a lot when people get excited, or that's even like the big comic thing. But even movies, like when they announce BVS.
Oh, I was just about to say the BVS one was crazy. I remember watching that like live. It was like the Superman logo, and then all of a sudden the Batfleck logo behind it, and I was just like,
yeah.
In 2013, I was like, what?
Yeah, the crowd just goes insane with cheers. Awesome. Like that's probably the best announcement they've ever done.
Like 13 years old when that was announced. That's crazy.
Civil War was pretty big too because they had Captain America on screen, and it's just like, and co-leading this movie, and then Robert Downey Jr. comes out.
Yeah,
and so that was just announcing the Civil War. This wasn't an announcement, but they had one where they were talking about Avengers. It was right after Avengers came out, the first movie, and they were doing a panel on that, and then the lights all turn off, and then when they turn back on, Tom Hiddleston's on stage as Loki. And like in the outfit. Have you seen that? Oh, it's really good. I gotta look that clip up. Yeah, you gotta look it up. He's like in the full suit and everything. Everyone starts like cheering, and he silences the crowd, then yells at everyone to kneel.
Oh my god,
it's pretty good though. I like how they did that. But yeah,
go to San Diego Comic-Con one day. But you're right. Why wouldn't they save this announcement for like Comic-Con?
Yeah,
it's already leaking, I guess. But
it's weird that they just hey, Twitter post, hey, we're doing this movie. I miss when Kevin Feige like announced like.
And now Marvel's first family.
Yeah, that was exciting. You got to do a press release, something like that, instead of just deadline being like, yeah, Thunderbolts movie's happening. So okay. Tickets. Speaking of tickets, Thor tickets go on sale Monday, so get that fast.
So you'll be buying them like as soon as possible, refreshing the page, like, oh my god, I gotta get my tickets, and then meanwhile I'll buy them like day of the movie.
Yeah, you gotta like. I'm telling you to get on that, not just the people listening.
Hey, I bought Doctor Strange day of, like 3 hours before I went to the movie theater.
Weren't you late for what was the one before Doctor Strange?
Batman.
The Batman, yeah.
But I missed the IMAX early screening. I still got it like on the regular day.
That's true.
Go to the early screening.
That's true. Yeah. Well, Thor: Love and Thunder tickets. You gotta get on that because that's the movie I'm afraid of. So I'll be buying my tickets. Then
I feel like you're gonna love it. I already know like we're gonna come out of the theater and you're gonna be like top 5 MCU, dude. It was crazy.
Oh yeah. When I watched Miss Marvel, I was gonna be during the movie or the show halfway through, I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna say this is the best thing ever on the podcast. I'm like, here we go. I hate that I enjoy things too easily.
But when you showed the screenshot of your dad saying that not Mission Impossible,
Top Gun.
Yeah. Top Gun, the new Top Gun was like the best movie ever. I was like, well, no DNA test needed. You guys always think the new movie's the great movie.
Yeah, my dad thought that movie was the greatest movie of all time, but he thinks that he thought Doctor Strange was too. He thought the Batman was. He thought No Way Home. Like, I mean, these are all great movies, but chill.
But like now, but that's you. Like you guys are one and the same, I think.
Yeah, that is me.
You know that commercial where it's like you're becoming your parents? I think
I still believe the Batman is like the greatest live action comic book movie.
And you still think Spider-Man is the best MCU movie?
Yep.
So I mean, you've stuck by those opinions. I figured, in a few months, usually you're like, well,
Spider-Verse is still my favorite ever for superhero movies.
Right.
And I think the only movie that could possibly beat that is Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I hope that's good. I mean, I think it's gonna be, but I hope it's good.
I'm afraid. But I mean, it's.
But I already. That's my prediction for when Thor comes out. You're gonna say top 5 MCU. I'm ready for it.
I hope I
And
don't.
I'm gonna be like, the theater started laughing and I hated it.
Yeah, Thor did a joke.
God, I
I
hate
don't
it.
know. I like the trailers. The whole flick joke though, wasn't a fan.
Oh yeah,
That was one of those jokes where I'm like, come on.
yeah. I'm with you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I know that I need to be in an empty audience because I know the audience is gonna annoy me so much.
Yeah, they're gonna scream. They're gonna do flips in the theater when that happens. We'll see. Uh, this was technically 2 weeks ago, but last week we did the interview with Jeremy Adams, so we didn't talk about it. But Morbius re-released and bombed hard.
Flopped so badly.
So worse, like way worse than before. I think I made $84 per theater.
Yeah, so Sony for some reason re-released it because it was trending online because of memes. They probably should have looked at the memes like before they re-released it. Like no one was like saying like, "Oh, this is a great." Everyone was making fun of it, like saying more billion and like, Morbius sweep and all that.
Yeah,
Oh my
like
god.
people made memes about Endgame, but Endgame's legitimately like entertaining.
But like Morbius memes have been on like a different level.
Yeah, definitely.
There's
Uh,
not been one positive thing said about Morbius besides you and the stupid jumping scenes.
yeah, that is the only positive thing I had to say. I see a lot of comments saying like the best part about Morbius is not seeing Morbius and just thinking that it's the greatest thing ever made.
I had a friend message me recently, and he's like, I haven't seen the movie. Can you confirm that he actually says it's Morbin time in the movie? And
He
I was
does
like,
it.
why do people think he actually said that?
Yeah, that's just his last name.
But that was the Jared Leto clip of
Mhm.
him with the script for Morbius 2.
Morbius 2,
Morbius
yeah.
2, it's Morbin time.
Speaking
Oh
of
god.
scripts, uh
Oh god.
Joker 2, it's Morbin time, it's Joker time.
Joker.
Joker 2 is
Joker 2, the joke's on you.
it's
Joker 2 is
real.
watching for Blue.
It's I mean, it was technically confirmed a few months back in like October.
Yeah, but we all thought like, no way Joaquin Phoenix would do a sequel.
Because Joaquin Phoenix said no to a sequel originally. Like he said, I'm doing this movie because it's one time only and that's it. Like I'm not doing anything else.
I like
And
that you make him, Marlon Brando as
yeah,
the
I'm
Godfather.
trying to think. I watched Come On recently. He kind of sounds like he was losing his voice in that. So. he he said no. He said he was only going to do Joker because it's not a part of a universe, which means no
Right, he
sequel.
turned down Doctor Strange, right? Like that was part of,
Because he
or
would
Hulk, whichever one he turned down.
Doctor Strange, yeah,
Yeah.
because he'd have to sign on for multiple movies, and he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't do sequels at all, never.
Right.
But now he's doing Joker, Joker 2019 too.
And it makes sense from like a financial standpoint of Joker made like it didn't cost that much to make and it made $1 billion. So like obviously get a sequel out, even if it's shit, like it'll make money. But like,
Mhm.
oh
It
god.
made not only did it make $1 billion, but he won the Oscar.
Yeah, he won the right. So like there's a lot behind this movie, but
Mhm.
like, geez, I don't know. Like I like Joker 2019. I think it's a good movie. I
It
actually
is.
enjoy watching it. I've
It
seen it
is.
multiple times. Like I, didn't disappoint on a rewatch, but like I don't know where they could go with a sequel.
Because it kind of ended with the whole like, was it real?
Right, right. I mean, it ends with like the death of the Waynes, and like he inspires like the whole new uprising of Gotham and the
Yeah.
garbage man strike. But like, I don't know what else you could do. Is it going to be
Because
him in like Arkham Asylum or something? I don't know.
well, there's the what's the title? Folie à deux? Is that it?
I don't speak French.
It's like a French. Is that the title of it? Because it means something. Hold on.
Oh boy, here comes Google. Didn't you take French back in school,
I
Canada
did
boy?
take French. Yeah, I did
All right,
take.
translate it for us.
All right. Give me a second. I'm trying to find what it means.
I mean,
All right.
I feel like it's probably not like what it's actually going to be called.
Is defined as an identical or similar mental disorder affecting two or more individuals, usually the members of a close family. Two case reports of this condition are presented with a brief review of the literature. So it's
So we're getting live action 3 Jokers. Let's go.
Joker. I'm thinking, well, two or more. I'm guessing they're going to do two. I'm guessing Joker and Bruce.
I don't think they would have Bruce Wayne in this.
I mean, he was in the first one.
Yeah, but like, he's still a kid.
Yeah, he is
Unless
still
you
a
do
kid,
like a
that's a good point.
flash forward. Arthur's been in Arkham Asylum for 20 years.
I wouldn't mind
That's
that.
life.
Yeah, starts playing that again.
Oh man, I don't know.
There's
I
that
genuinely don't know about this movie. Like,
because it's a comic movie, but it's not based on any comic. It's
right. There's no source
inspired.
material.
Yeah.
It's based on James Tynan's Joker run.
His I think 14 issue run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's based off of Joker, Death of the Family,
There we go.
not Batman, Death of the Family. But I don't know. I think I'm sure it'll be good. It's just one of those movies that it has to be made because it makes a lot of money, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it will be
Should
perfect.
be made.
I don't think it'll surpass the first one. The first one was good for a reason, but I don't know. It's a movie that did not need a sequel at all. And
You like the first one? Like, you still like it?
I've only seen it twice, and it was like I watched it when it came out in theaters, and then right when it came out on digital, I watched it again, and I haven't seen it since. So,
But like on the second watch, you were like, you still enjoyed it?
I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
I know we made like jokes all the time, like, Joker 2019 is the greatest movie of all time, but like,
yeah, no,
I still think it's like it's a good movie.
We do make fun of it a lot, but because it's like what Morbius thinks it is. It's easy to meme, but it's legitimately like a good movie. I when he won the Oscar, I was like, yes, well deserved, because it is legitimately good.
Right.
I'll have to rewatch it. I'll probably rewatch it this year, but
yeah, I mean, before the next one's made, I'm sure.
yeah. But one thing about when this movie was being made, we were actually doing the podcast when this was being made, and there were so many set photos. Like every week, we were talking about Joker.
Yeah,
because there were set photos every single day.
Yeah, remember with him wearing the from the scene where he gets like bashed with the sign, like we saw a lot of like that.
There's
I
memes
feel
of
like we
that
saw that entire scene
when he got hit by the car. There was set photos of Adam West's Batmobile, and that wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, that was weird.
But it was on set for some reason.
Yeah, that was very strange.
So everyone's like,
maybe Todd Phillips knew that so much was leaking, and he was just like, let me just throw them off.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe we'll get some stuff with this, but the thing with set photos is usually they learn their lesson. Shazam got a ton of set pictures leaked, and the sequel got one. So
right.
And the sequel's done filming now, and we've only seen one image from it. So
I like that better though. I don't want to know that much going on.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to know. I'm okay if you see the actor just walking, because then I was like, oh, cool, it's shooting. But that's about it. I don't know why I saved this for last. Well, not last, but no, I'll save it for last, actually. We're going to skip that one, come back to it. Flash movie's being well received. The actor isn't. But
yeah, Ezra Miller is getting in more trouble for bad things.
Very bad things, person. Yeah.
So yeah, go Ezra. Flash recast, when's that happen?
I
thought I read something though that Warner Brothers said they won't recast. Did you read that or no?
They said that before the current thing happening to him came out. But yeah.
Whatever.
Dylan O'Brien was rumored too. Dylan O'Brien was rumored for Nightwing though, and
he's been rumored for everything. Yeah, I don't believe it.
Yeah. No.
As for the Flash movie being well received, I mean, I just don't think it's gonna be good. I don't know. I know I'm not gonna like it no matter what, but like I just don't think it's gonna be good. Like just generally speaking.
Yeah, because they're using a Flash movie, they're not making it.
Right. Like and is. I mean, I know Michael Keaton has popularity from like, the 80s and 90s, but like, I don't think it's going to be the same as like Spider-Man No Way Home, where everyone's like, yo, Michael Keaton, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And he's so old.
Yeah, Toby's old, but everyone was like, it's Tobey Maguire.
He's 46 and not like, 70.
Yeah, people don't really want to see a 70-year-old Batman. No. I was so excited for Jeffrey Dean
Morgan. And like some of the scenes they described too, like they're just strange.
Like, what scene? I didn't
like when they go to the Keaton Batman universe and like everyone dies like at the hands of Zod, and then they have to like Barry has to travel back and like undo it. Remember when we read that description? Like that sounds very strange. But no, you're right about Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like that would have been so cool. Like I remember in BVS we were theorizing about that, and then never happened.
Because he was cast. Like, why would you cast someone like that to play Bruce Wayne's father for an opening scene?
Right, just for one scene.
So, and then even he commented on that. He's like, Michael Keaton took my job. Like he was joking. Like I have the role.
He's right though.
That would have been so much better. And him if he had like the Flashpoint suit, like him in this suit,
with the guns and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that
the
looks so cool.
shoulders spikes and the red. I wish. Okay, now for the last bit of news. Black Adam trailer.
Oh God.
Black Adam got a trailer, and it was definitely a trailer. Can't deny it.
What did you think?
I am actually looking forward to this movie. So when the trailer came out, you know,
This is
Dwayne
another one that I
Johnson.
think like you're unironically gonna love, and we're all gonna be like, Hunter, that was terrible.
I like Black Adam's
It's
character.
gonna be like your Sonic, like it's gonna be your guilty pleasure.
It might be. I legitimately like Black Adam as a character. I think The Rock is a fine casting. It could have been way better, of course, but I don't think it's a bad casting. And so the trailer came out, and I was actually looking forward to it. And it's just a trailer. Didn't get me excited or anything. Remember when the Batman trailer came out? It was like the coolest thing ever. Like a
Yeah.
DC fandom. I
Right.
watched that trailer on repeat. I
Yeah,
remember
this is
for a week I would watch it like every day, that trailer. And this trailer I watched once and went, okay, that was a trailer. I
you didn't
guess.
like the scene of him smashing that jet swing?
I mean, sure. That's something about that is it's cool that they're at least not making him a hero. I mean, they're going to, but at least they're showing like, okay, no, he is not a good character. Or he's a good character, not a good guy. Yeah.
There's a lot of stupid lines like what was one that Tyler sent to the chat where it was like
Oh,
it's like heroes don't kill, but Black Adam does. Like that's a horrible like
Hawkman
line.
says heroes don't kill people, and Black Adam goes, I do.
Yeah, that's horrible.
What do you mean heroes don't kill people? Wonder Woman does, Superman does, Batman does. Like all these heroes are killing people, like brutally too.
Yeah, heroes don't in this world there are heroes, there are villains. Heroes don't kill people, and then Black Adam says, but I do. Like I think
feel like
this
that's
movie
cut.
I feel like this movie's gonna be on the level of Let There Be Carnage. I have a bad feeling.
I feel like that's cut for like a trailer audio. I feel like Black Adam when he goes, I do. I feel like he's saying something. He's talking about something else.
And the tagline on the poster, which even Hunter called awful.
Yeah.
The world needed a hero. It got Black Adam.
Terrible. If someone doesn't know what Black Adam, like who Black Adam is, they're like, what does that mean? Like the world needed a hero. They got JD. It's not, it doesn't mean anything to the general audience. Yeah, he
like oh god. What do you think of the CGI in the trailer? Like I feel like it kind of needs some work.
Yeah, I mean,
I know generally speaking, trailers like they're not done, but
it's not good. It's not bad.
That is just okay.
Yeah,
like for a 2022 movie, I feel like it could be better.
And I'm sure it will be better in the end. We'll see. I don't know. What are you doing? I don't like how he doesn't have the Egyptian accent too. Yeah, it was expected.
Well, but we kind of like knew this. Like we've been saying it for years at this point. Like I'm hopeful, but I know he's not gonna.
I don't know. Even his line delivery at the beginning was just like, "I was a slave. My son sacrificed himself to save me." It's like you seem okay with that.
This trailer just felt like any like ordinary Rock movie. Like, and I
It's
guess that's
jokes.
kind of what they're hoping to play to. Like The Rock makes good money and like his 30th Jungle movie. Let's just like let's have another one. But like
seems to be set in modern times too. I thought it was in the past.
Yeah, I thought that was the point of like having the JSA and all that, and
it seems to be
showing the beginning
today.
of Black Adam.
My one hope isn't to see Black Adam do anything specific. It's that we get any sort of reference to Shazam, any sort of like sign that one day he will see Shazam.
I feel like there's not gonna be.
The Rock did say that he wants to play Black Adam for years to come. He wants to be in multiple different DC movies. He wants to,
the only thing I could see them doing is like as like the last scene of the movie or like the credit scene of like him just like discovering that there's like a new champion or something like that.
I would love that. That's okay. I'm okay
like if they did it like where he's like in present day and like I could picture it like it's all like rainy and stuff and like he looks up and like Shazam goes flying by.
That'd be
and
great.
Like he does like some stupid line like there's a new champion and like he like closes his fist and then
his eyes have lightning.
Yeah.
or maybe he sees it on the news or something like that. Maybe
The world needed a hero. They got Black Adam.
yeah, maybe it's like modern times. He's in Egypt and he's just in like a random city there, and there's like a TV on, and Shazam's on the news, and then
Right.
he maybe looks at it and then flies off. That'd be perfect.
The wizard chose poorly. Like it's
Yeah,
gonna be something
someone
stupid.
else. I don't know. It's gonna be really bad, but just please. I don't know. The Rock keeps hyping up Black Adam in the universe of DC, which is good. You know, it's good that he's actually passionate about this. But he keeps being like, "I'm coming for you, Aquaman. I'm coming for you, Batman. I'm coming for you, Superman." Like, you're a Shazam, though. Like, it'd be awesome to see you interact with these other characters, but I want to see you fight Shazam more than anyone.
We also want to see you interact with these other characters, but they basically wrote off Superman, and Batman quit, and the Flash keeps getting arrested.
You could fight Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and that's it.
And not Aquaman's girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, just give me something Shazam related, because that's what I want in the end. I'm hoping Shazam 3 or Black Adam 2, we see them fight or interact at least, but I don't know. The Rock just would crush Zachary Levi right now. So we'll see. I do think the suit's cool. I think the JSA looked pretty interesting. Adam Smasher looks really cool, and Dr. Fate looks good.
I'm looking most forward to Dr. Fate, I think, out of anyone in this movie.
What a good casting.
Yeah.
And the suit looks good, and like, I don't know, I'm more interested in them than Black Adam.
Yeah, Black.
We'll see. You know, I once had a dream that we were doing a podcast interview and Dwayne Johnson was on. Like, how do we land that? I'm trying to say good things about this movie in case, you know, Dwayne Johnson comes on next week.
The Rock on this podcast.
Might happen. We'll see. Might happen. But I don't. I'm excited. I'm kind of looking forward to it. The more now that I'm actually talking about it, I'm like, you know what? I think it'll be stupid, but
it's gonna be one of your guilty pleasures. I think it's gonna be one of those.
I think so. I
think I'm gonna hate it.
I think you might think it's fun. At least, like, hey, that was at least.
I hate fun.
You know, it's like Spider-Man 3. You know, it's not necessarily like a good movie, but I have fun watching it.
Okay, fair.
That's what I feel like this is gonna be. I think the humor is gonna be similar. I think the fights are still going to be like, I think the fights will be cool because it's going to be fast and brutal.
That's always your go-to. Like, you're like, well, the action was good.
Yeah, that was what I say about Ragnarok.
That's a Hunter special.
It is. I don't know, like the scene when the two people are in the car and he's just like standing there and like glaring. That's stupid, and I'm going to hate it, but at the same time, I'm going to have fun with it. He catches the missile like he doesn't know what it is. Please just be enjoyable. That's the news of the week.
Comics time?
Yep.
What did you like this week?
Well, Dark Crisis. That's the big
one. We're starting with?
Yeah. We'll start with the big one.
Tell me about Dark Crisis. What did you think?
You read it, right?
I did.
Because I know you were reading it today. Okay.
I read my signed copy, no big deal.
I thought it was enjoyable. One thing that I'll say that I noticed that I missed is we got to see a lot of superheroes that don't interact as often anymore just talk. Like Wally and Hal, when did we see them just have a conversation last?
Oh, and I thought it was great that he called him Uncle Hal, because I don't know if they've ever, like, I know they've said it like in internal speech bubbles where like Wally would be like, oh, like Hal's basically my uncle, but like I don't know that Wally's ever said that out loud, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, just like these pages here, when they just like talk about the League dying and they like walk down the hall and they're just having a conversation. It's like, man, we haven't seen these characters interact in like a generation.
I'm still shocked that Black Adam was the sole survivor. If he didn't have a movie coming out, do you think he would have lived? I think he wouldn't even be on the League. Like he wouldn't be in anything here. So I don't know. I miss a Justice League book, and I miss a Justice League book with heart where you have moments of patience, moments where the team can just talk. And we haven't had that since Scott Snyder's run, like the early days of Scott Snyder's Justice League. So it's been a few years, because the last year of his league was Justice Do More, which was just all action. Right. So it was good to see like some characters just settle down and have a conversation and actually crossover, because that's what Justice League is. It's a crossover book. Right. So seeing a Lantern and a Speedster and a Krypton
from like a kryptonite. Oops,
Kryptonian.
Kryptonian. Yeah, just talk was very nice. I mean, I don't know. I prefer that over action stuff sometimes.
Yeah. I like the line when Wally and Hal leave John, and Wally says, "I know what it's like to be in someone's shadow, John. You have to find your own way to shine." I thought that was like a good little nod to like like the Mark Waid run on Flash where he escapes the shadow. Like that's really cool. And I
There's
like
a
that. I like the scene with the page with John like just staring at the statues.
yeah, that's a
Um,
great page, and he looks
when
at
he's
his dad and smiles.
when he's recruiting the Justice League, I'm a little confused. Like, is that actually going to be the team, or is it just like? Because I know Black Adam's just basically at the end, like, yeah, that's not a team. That's an awful team. So, like, are they actually going to be a team? Because I really hope not.
I'm gonna say next issue we're gonna see them fail.
And then, and
no,
like,
and then
I feel
that's
like
it.
at the end of Dark Crisis, like a new team has to come together, but it's not going to be these guys.
No, definitely not. If it
Because
was, then you wouldn't see it be criticized in the book.
right, like, I don't know. Like, it's such a weird team. Like, everyone's favorite Justice League member, Frankenstein.
Do you want to read out the characters for those who don't know?
So you got John is like the leader, and then you got Jackson, is he Aquaman now? Or is he still?
He is
Flash?
Aquaman now.
So Jackson is Aquaman. Damian, Harley Quinn, Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, Ted Cord, Killer Frost, Frankenstein, the female Doctor Light. Also Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, and Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
It's a strange team. Like even Black Adam has to throw up like the Rock eyebrow in it and just be like,
"Oh, he did do the."
Dude, it's comic accurate.
It is, but he even says like this is a bad team.
Right. And he said like this one will stab you in the back. This one is unstable and will also stab you in the back. Like you can't have villains on the team. Even though I was thinking like Black Adam, aren't you the villain on the team for the this one?
It's like, do you really need two Blue Beetles?
Yeah.
He's like, this is no Justice League. Like this is garbage. And if this scene wasn't in it, then this was the new league. But the fact that this scene is in it, where Black Adam
that makes you think like this is not the new Justice League.
They're gonna fail next issue, or maybe 2 issues from now. And John, that's a lesson for John. John's gonna learn like you can't just see whoever says yes to join the league. Like
right.
Otherwise, the league would be a team of 70 characters.
Right. And Wonder Girl, Yara Flor, like tells him like, oh no, like I'm too busy.
Yeah, she's like, I have a place to defend. I'm not willing to like defend the entire world.
Who else turned him down?
Chase Fox. He just said that he doesn't work with anyone.
Right. Chase Fox turned him down. Swamp Thing turned him down. What's that new Green Lantern from Far Sector?
Joe.
Joe turned him down. Jesse Quick turned him down, and Wallace turned him down because they said we're going with Wally.
That's foreshadowing.
Yeah, for the search of Barry Allen. Peacemaker turned him down. Why is Peacemaker like all of a sudden relevant? Like I genuinely cannot think of a Peacemaker appearance like before like the Suicide Squad movie.
Because he was like Silver Age, and it's like
yeah, like it's such a weird character. Mm-hmm. Vixen turned him down. Firestorm turned him down.
Referencing Doomsday Clock.
Is that Naomi?
Yeah, it is.
Naomi turns him down, and Shazam turns him down. I actually like Shazam's line. Like, you sure you want to trust Black Adam?
Firestorm says, I can't after, probably referring to when he killed a bunch of people in Russia by accident.
Oh, yeah, Doomsday Clock. Wow.
Yeah. Naomi was a part of the Justice League, but she wasn't killed off, probably because Williamson didn't want to kill Bendis's new character.
Right, and he's doing season 2 of Naomi, I assume.
Yeah, you don't want to kill off a character like that.
Right.
But yeah.
And then, what do you think of the little villain crew at the end? Deathstroke got a new cut.
He looks like a Snyder cut. Yeah, Black Adam tells John, we all know who should be leading this team, and then cuts to Nightwing. Teen Titans Academy, which was canceled recently. So Williamson could do what he wants with that. And Deathstroke formed kind of like a Legion of Doom, but I think they're all Titan villains. I think. Like, these are all specifically villains that have fought the Teen Titans and the Titans.
Well, yeah, that's why they're attacking the Titans Tower now.
Yeah. But these are like all the characters that have fought the Titans that are still around.
Does he
And
kill Beast Boy?
yeah, it looks like it.
Like he puts the gun to his head and like you see like the bang. Like is he
We
dead?
don't see a body, but I imagine so.
I mean, it's pretty point blank.
Yeah, unless he turned into, I don't know, like a rhino or something.
And then at the end, what's his name?
Oh, pariah.
Pariah says, like he's watching them and he's like, oh, they're so full of hope. And he said, but hope is the greatest force in the multiverse, isn't it? One we will turn into a weapon. At first, when I read that, I was like, wait, he's gonna turn one of the heroes into a weapon. And I was like, oh no, he's gonna turn their hope into a weapon. And I'm like, I'm an idiot.
You could
But
turn
it
John
ends
into
with him saying he'll use the deaths of the Justice League to destroy the multiverse. So the next issue is going to be the assault on Titan's Tower. So
Yeah.
but in between this issue and Dark Crisis #2, we have the Young Justice issue. So I wonder if that's going to touch Titan's
And
Tower
the
at all.
Flash issue too.
And the Flash issue, yep.
Yeah, Flash 783.
So
Because the next one started July.
So overall, you enjoyed the issue?
I did. Did you?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I mean, I really hope that's not the new Justice League. And I think you're probably right, like, because they like said like this is a horrible league, like there's no way they can go with that. I don't see how a book like that could be marketable, you know?
Yeah, there's
like who's your heavy hitter on that team? Like there's no like character who's just like always been a high seller there. I mean, I guess Harley Quinn is your
Robin.
point. I don't know.
Harley and Rob. I guess Jaime kind of now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's strange.
Yeah, it's awful, but I think I mean, this is the chance to teach John a lesson.
Right.
So I have a feeling Williamson is going to write that, because the way he's written John here is like, there's a league. I'm the leader now. I gotta like step in my father's footsteps right now. I gotta like, he's doing the opposite of what Wally said.
Right.
Superman, if the league was dead, he would form a team and try to save the world again.
Right.
So that's what John's doing, but he's rushing it.
Right.
And he's asking everybody gets turned down.
Yeah, like, that's anybody who will say yes, like please, like come on in.
Yeah, you can't do it. Okay, that's okay. I'll go next door and talk to the next hero. So, the fact that he's doing that means like he has the worst team ever made.
Right.
And I guarantee that they're just gonna fail. They're not.
It's a comic book hunter guarantee that they will fail and they will not.
Sorry
be
for the
Justice
spoilers.
League.
Sorry for the spoilers.
Take it to the bank.
Plus, Williamson said in many interviews that there won't be a new Justice League.
Right.
So I don't know.
I'm kind of okay with that. Like, like until you have the right team together, like.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't need one right now.
And this is a 7-month event, so maybe by the end we'll get a league, but that's 7 months away.
Right.
So let's wait and see. Flashpoint Beyond.
Yeah, Flashpoint Beyond. What did you think of Flashpoint Beyond?
I forgot that this book is very good.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of interesting. Like it's still kind of like a mystery book, and there's like a lot of threads to like put together. And it kind of like each issue has started with like some kind of board. Like
yeah, I was looking at that
first
for a while.
issue it was Bruce's chalkboard, and then this one it was Thomas Wayne, like has like a bunch of notes on the board, like pictures and stuff. I think that's
kind of
cool.
matches. Yeah.
Yeah, in this issue, they focus more on what's his name that was in the Arkham Asylum.
Psycho
Pirate. And Psycho Pirate's dead now. He got hung. It was supposed to look like a suicide, but someone did it to him. It's weird. Harvey's wife is in the asylum, and they kind of make her the Two-Face of this universe. Like Thomas breaks the glass, and like half her face gets messed up, and he gives her like the poker chip that's like scratched on one side. So so she has a coin. But yeah, I liked the art a lot in this one. I thought the action sequences were pretty cool. Like when Thomas Wayne like dropped on.
It was so good
on the thugs. Like throughout the sequence, it's raining, and like you could see like the rain like on every page. Like I think that's very creative. When it comes to art, like to be able to show that, like it looks like it's just a downpour. Is one of the thugs that tries to kill him Boomerang? Because he said mate and he's wearing like a blue cap, so I just assume that's got to be Boomerang.
Oh, it totally is.
which I'm like, oh, okay,
You see this
that's kind of
page?
interesting. Yeah,
He's in
that
the
page.
corner.
Yeah,
That is Captain Boomerang. I didn't realize that.
yeah. I was thinking that when I was reading that. I was like, I think that's
Mhm.
Boomerang. But at the end, Superman shows up of Flashpoint. The real skinny Superman, but he looks a little bit more filled out, and he's got like the S. Like it's like a different. It's not like a regular Superman S. It's like a big like loopy S with
Well,
like
it's this
a one
Flashpoint
next to
suit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But like he
Mhm.
doesn't look as skinny as he did, so obviously he's been absorbing some more sun. So
Yeah.
he says that everything matters. And then the scene with Bruce and the kid in the Batcave was really interesting. Like it almost
Yeah.
felt like a little like philosophy. You know what I mean? Like talking about like a snowman in a snow globe. Like he's safe and protected in there. Like the Batman side is he's safe and protected in there, and no one could bother him. But the other kid's like he's trapped in there forever and he can never leave. And like he
Hmm.
was trying to relate that to Bruce's father. I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. And then they start talking about how Rip Hunter might be coming. Or
Yeah, but
Mm.
I enjoyed this issue a lot. I'm genuinely interested to see where the story goes because I feel like it still hasn't really revealed itself.
Yeah, it's still like a mystery. Do you know how many issues this is going to be? Oh, 6. So
6.
we're almost halfway.
Yeah, yeah. We had the
So
extra issue with 0, but yeah, it goes up to number 6. I don't know. Like I feel like they're building something with Harvey's son as well. Like he's been in Thomas's house and like last issue Oswald let him like taught him how to shoot a gun, and then in this issue like he was asking Oswald about like explosives, and Tom's like, "I'll teach him about explosives."
yeah. And this isn't just like, oh, it's just a story set in the Flashpoint universe, because it has consequences in the real universe too.
Right.
Psycho Pirate, before he dies, is like writing on his cell walls saying that he was escaping a dark crisis, that he came to
I
this
was
universe to
so
hide.
shocked to see a Dark Crisis reference. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
that's cool. I like that though.
Yeah. And like the same week that Dark Crisis released too, like I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Psycho Pirate came to his universe to hide from the dark crisis.
Yeah, on like the wall, he has
Mhm.
like written on the wall, he has like Alan question mark, West question mark, Infinite Crisis question
Mhm.
mark,
Alan
um,
West Garrick. He also has
Bruce slash
Judy Garrick.
Batman, um, yeah, Judy Garrick, which isn't even Jay Garrick's wife's name.
Mhm.
So
I
uh,
don't think I'm the real Roger Hayden.
yeah, that like there's it's interesting. And
Yeah,
when we talked to Jeremy last week, he said like the original idea they had for Flashpoint Beyond was like very close to what Loki was, so they kind
mhm,
of had to change their ideas. So it's
mhm.
interesting. Like it's a cool mystery so far.
I really like just writing on the walls. They've done that with a chalkboard, the first page of this, and now the cell page, and it's so interesting to me.
Right, right. You're trying to like piece together like they're giving you the puzzle pieces. You're just trying to put it together.
Yeah, it's like you yourself are acting like Batman, being like, "What does this mean?"
Right.
Crisis Batman question mark Thomas. I see you. I'm so
Yeah,
just
I was trying
it's
to
a
see like if anything was like hidden in there, like any hints, but yeah,
it's
he's
just a
thinking about
page
the
you could stare at for a long time.
right, but he's thinking about like the flashes, and oh man, I'm excited to see where this goes.
It's very, very good.
It's a good book, and I'm
What
glad
it,
you ended up picking it up because I know like originally you weren't planning to read it, but then like you kind of got hooked in
it
with like the
feels
Doomsday Clock stuff.
almost
But I think it's been interesting on its own, even without the Doomsday Clock stuff.
it feels interesting, but
Yeah,
almost isn't like a scary way.
right, right.
Like I don't know. I
Like it's like a conspiracy type thing, like a suspense type movie,
Yeah, exactly.
which is
Um,
cool.
I so last night I couldn't sleep and it was like 2 a.m. So I decided to try to read a book to see if I could like kind of just get tired from that.
Like a
And
book
so I
book or
read
like a
I read
comic.
this book, Flashpoint
Oh,
Beyond. No, because I hadn't read it yet. So I was like,
right,
and I was just up and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just read. So I just
right.
turned on a lamp and so it was dark. And I got so many chills when I read I don't think I'm the real Roger Hayden. I was like, oh, that's a good
Hunted
line.
by lamplight. He's
Yeah.
the only light in his house.
I like literally looked up and like my eyes aren't adjusted to the room. Oh
Chills,
no.
chills.
I'm like, am I the real Hunter Murray?
Oh my
Like
god.
that's such a good line. And it's just
It
written on
is.
the wall in the background. It's like, dang, this like keep it up. This
Yeah.
is low key kind of like this better than Dark Crisis this week.
Yeah, I know. I think it's probably my pick of the week too. I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, I'm so
And
glad.
like I said, like usually you can start to piece together like where a story is gonna go, but I genuinely don't know. And it's weird that like this is like a Flashpoint sequel because it doesn't feel like Flashpoint, like it
Not at
feels
all.
like so much more mature.
Mm. Well, Barry's going to be involved
Yeah,
eventually.
but he's not like it's not like Flashpoint was so far. But I think it's
Very, it
I think it's
was.
interesting.
It's been advertised since it was announced that this is more of a Thomas Wayne story than a Barry Allen story, which
Right.
I'm okay with. It's a darker version of. I mean, we've known Thomas Wayne for a long time, and he's a good character. So
Right.
it's
I'm reading House of M right now, like in my back issues,
oh
which
nice.
is kind of like, Flashpoint-ish, like a
Yeah,
different
Marvel's
universe
version.
where you have different lives. And like I'm like all in on like these, different universes where, things are different. Like it's cool. It's interesting.
Did you? How far in are you on that?
I think I'm on the third or fourth issue.
Did you have you seen Peter yet?
Yeah, like they just gave him his memories
Oh,
back and
that scene's so good.
he's like, how am I supposed to live with this?
Yeah, when
That
he
was cool.
finds out that his life is fake,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
He's married to Gwen in that, I think, right?
Yep.
He's married to
House of M is
Gwen.
interesting. I never read House of M before, so this is my first read.
Oh, really? I thought.
Yeah,
Wow, I thought
I
you
never
had.
read it before.
Well, you're
I
on this
know,
Avengers binge,
like,
so.
I kind of knew like the story concept, and I knew like the No More Mutants, obviously, but like
Mhm.
I,
Scarlet Witch
I
goes crazy.
yeah, and I knew like people called this like that Marvel's kind of Flashpoint,
It is, yeah, it
so I'm
is.
like, oh, it's pretty cool like reading it now.
I think Flashpoint's a better story in the end, but it's a great idea. And it came out before Flashpoint, years before Flashpoint. So
Well, that's why I asked Drew recently. I was like, yo, what do you like better, Flashpoint or Flashpoint and Dark Crisis, Flashpoint or House of M? Because they're interesting, and he said Flashpoint, but
I say Flashpoint too, but they're different in the way where in House of M, they can, like, the people in this universe can get their memories back.
right, they can unlock their
While
memories.
Flashpoint, it's like they are different versions of these
Barry just had
characters.
to work with these different people in the original
Yeah.
Flashpoint,
And it's all
and
because,
obviously Thomas Wayne is the only one who knows, like in this.
yeah, about
And I'm
other
thinking, like,
worlds.
what does Aquaman have to do with it too? Because like, remember last issue, he had like his soldier take out the like chemicals, so Barry ended up dying.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, what does Aquaman have to do with this? Like, oh man, I'm so
It's
curious.
I wish it was all out because this
Yeah,
would be a good, like, one sitting read.
yeah,
So
agreed. That's what I was thinking when I was reading this. Like that'll be a good, 1 through 6.
yeah, yeah, it really would. But yeah, I do think House of M is really good, and the last few issues like are great in that.
Yeah, yeah,
You'll like them.
I'm excited to finish it.
But I think Flashpoint is a little bit better of a world in the end. It's more of an
Right,
interesting world. The House of M world is more just like, hey, here's this character, and now they are married and happier. Now they're retired, and now they're
right.
like, I don't know if you saw Captain America yet, Steve Rogers.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, he's. I won't say for you.
Yo, spoilers.
I won't.
I know this man came out in like 2005, but
I think
spoilers.
I think you did see him actually because he's in the
Did you?
Peter issue.
I didn't finish that issue. Like I only got to like
Oh,
Peter
okay.
seeing
He's
where
not
they unlocked
involved in the
memories.
story. He's just seen once.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was just see. Can I say it?
Yeah, that's fine.
He never went on the ice.
Oh, okay.
So he's like old and he's retired and
Right.
it's
Okay.
just that's his late. So he's not involved. They go to see him and they're just like, oh, we can't recruit this guy. He's just an old man.
Right. That's kind of funny.
So yeah. Yeah, that's Flashpoint Beyond. I'll rapid fire through the other issues.
Yeah. What else did you read this week again?
Williamson finishes Batman run.
Oh yeah. Well, I was supposed to read that, but my shop didn't pull it.
I won't go over it too much, but it is not a tie-in or anything. A bit of flashback scene to Batman coming back after training to become Batman. You get some flashbacks to that. It was a really short issue, it went by pretty quick, but it's enjoyable. And Williamson's run was good, but I'm ready for Zdarsky. Like, I've been watching interviews. Like I'm so set for Zdarsky's run, so I'm more interested in that than anything. But he did an interview today. I actually watched the whole thing already. He did say issue 1 of his run, 125, out next month. There's 4 surprises in it. And he begged the marketing team not to reveal anything. Like 4 surprises in the first issue.
And they didn't reveal them?
They revealed one in one of the trailers, which is the 3 Joker thing.
Oh, okay. I'm shocked that they're doing 3 Jokers. Like,
Yeah. The guy asked if he could elaborate on that. He's like, I really thought 3 Jokers had a lot of potential, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like, all
I
right,
mean,
fair
we
enough.
agree with that though. Like the 3 Jokers had potential that it started good and then like it kind of fell off by the end.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so I guess he was pretty upset that the marketing team revealed that,
right,
but they didn't reveal the other 3. He also
right.
said he has a new Batman villain that he's doing in the first arc, and he
Is
didn't.
it from his the other one he's doing? 'Cause I saw something today
Oh,
that
the
like
Night.
yeah, some villain that he came up with in Batman the Night might reappear like in his Batman run. Because like that's
Probably
supposed to be about
eventually.
Bruce like in the beginning.
Yeah,
So it'll
probably
be like someone like
eventually.
returning.
But
I haven't read any of Batman the Night,
I
but
haven't either. But I don't think it's the one he was referring to, because he said Jorge Jimenez designed the character, and we know from Tinian's run that Jorge Jimenez knows how to design characters very well, seeing how
right.
many that he did. But it's a new villain. Sorry. And that they didn't want to reveal this villain, like he didn't want to reveal what they look like or anything. So though this
Right.
villain appears often, he's not in any marketing material, he's not on any covers, because he wants people to be afraid when they first see the villain. He wants readers to be like, oh God, that's terrifying. And if you
I
see him
mean,
on covers, then by the time you get to it, it's like, okay, there he is.
Jorge did like kind of great job like making Scarecrow look
Mm-hmm.
scary for that one arc of Tinian.
Yeah, he
Um,
did. So this
so
is a horror villain again, but we won't see what they look like until the issue comes out, because it's apparently like he wants you to turn that page and be like, oh God. So I like
I'm,
that.
I'm excited.
I like how
That's
he's
like my
hyping
most
it up.
hype run. I mean, I hope it lives up to the hype because I feel like
Same.
there's so much hype behind it. But
It is. Even during his interview today, it's just like, do you realize like this is the comic book? He's like, yeah, no pressure. Scott Steiner
yeah,
already
yeah, no
told me.
pressure, right?
Yeah. So he says the
But I
day it
think
comes
about his
out.
Daredevil though, like obviously I didn't know who Chip Zdarsky was like going into reading that Daredevil run, but like I genuinely thought like every issue up to 25 was like perfect. Like
Yeah,
I remember you weren't even reading it at first. I
you
had got
convinced
like
me.
two. I think I got like 3 or 4 issues in. I was like, Hunter, you have, or it might have been more. It might have been like 7 issues.
You're at
I was like,
8.
Hunter, you
You're
have
at
to
8.
read this. It's perfect.
Yeah,
And you fell in love with it too. You're like, oh my god, this is
you hyped it
amazing.
up so much. I went to my store. I said, "Do you have any Daredevil copies?" They only had the latest one. So I'm like, "Okay, I'll take it." And I literally went around my city because I had the day off with my girlfriend, and we went to so many comic stores. It's just like, "Do you have any Daredevil?" "Oh, you have 4? I'll take it." "You have
You started
5
piecing
and
it
you have 5
together.
and 2? I'll take it." And one store had issue 1, which I was like, "Thank God."
Yeah.
And I read it all. I got all the physical
Yeah, you
copies.
binged it and you were like, oh my god, this is amazing.
I read all up to, I think the last issue that I read when I first got them all was the one where he plays chess with Reed, and he asks if God's real.
Yep.
And then it ended. It was like, no, it's only a month now. It was so good.
Oh my god. So that's what I'm hoping. Like his Batman starts like how his Daredevil did, where like it doesn't take an arc to get good. Like it takes off and it's
Mhm. Me too. I hope we're not overhyping this.
I mean, it's kind of like Mark Waid and Dan Mora on World's Finest. Like it's such a great creative team that I
Mhm.
think no matter what, like you got to get a good product out of it.
Yeah, because if it was just any writer and artist on that, I don't think I'd read World's Finest.
I probably wouldn't.
Like, oh, it's
Like
just
if it wasn't that creative team, I probably wouldn't read it.
a flashback story about Batman and Superman in the early days.
Yeah, I would have been like,
Nah.
But
Yeah.
Mark Waid and Dan Mora, all right, I'll give you $6 a month.
Yeah, Robin's involved and Supergirl's involved. Like,
Yeah,
all right, take my
exactly.
money. Like, yeah. So, yeah. All right. Other comments I quickly went through is Amazing Spider-Man 3. Not a very good.
Was Mary Jane in this issue?
No, she wasn't. But
Still?
her boyfriend was.
Ah,
So her new boyfriend that she has children with no explanation at all. He goes, so damn it, they made him kind of a nice guy, and I don't like that, but he goes, and respect to continuity because they actually kept up, but the issue starts and her new boyfriend goes to Peter's apartment, and he says he's there to talk to Peter about, hey, stop calling my girl, stop calling MJ. It's like, shut up, man. So he goes there and he knocks on the door to Peter, and Peter's not home at the moment because he's up doing Spider-Man things. And there's another guy sitting there. He's like, are you waiting for Peter Parker? He's like, yeah. It's like, me too. Does he owe you money? No. Does he owe you money? And the guy's like, yeah, I'm from the hospital. He owes me 15 grand from which is from Beyond, because he was in the hospital during the Beyond arc. and he hasn't paid it yet. He's like, yeah, he's been dodging my calls, he's been dodging me, but it's all good. Like, I just need to get the money eventually, though. I'm not mad at him. I respect him for dodging, but I do need that money. So it's like he's not necessarily a bad guy here. And the MJ's boyfriend's just like, all right, well, how much does he owe? 15 grand? That's a lot. And then he's just like, yeah, the guy was in the hospital for a while. And the boyfriend kind of like looks through the window of Peter's apartment and goes, he must be going through a hard time. You take Venmo? And he pays it. He pays the whole bill for Peter.
15 grand on Venmo?
All of
no
it.
way you can pay 15 grand on Venmo.
Apparently he does. And he's just like, well, I hope he's okay. She's like, weren't you here just to yell at him? He's just like, yeah, but I mean, if he's going through a hard time, like, I understand. I've been there. And he pays the money. And then he's like, guess I'll come back when he's home. And he leaves. It's like, damn it. Why'd you make him like a good guy? I'm supposed to hate him. I don't know. I thought that was kind of good writing. It was like a 6-page thing.
So did we find out what did Peter do?
No, we still didn't
find out. Are we ever going to find out?
It cuts to Peter. He's tied up in an abandoned subway, and Tombstone just beats the hell out of him. Goes to take off his mask. Peter says, "No, not the mask," and he goes, "Okay." So, that was kind of lazy writing, but he gets beat up a lot, and then Tombstone basically it's just like, I could kill you right now, and he starts talking about his origin story. We get Tombstone's origin, which is like okay, and then he leaves, and it ends with a guy being like, killed the spider, and like a thug takes out a gun and points at Peter's head, and then the issue ends.
That sounds strange.
It's just like, okay, whatever.
You think like you're gonna read this run like for a while, or?
I said I read the first arc, and the first arc's not done yet. So
first arc, okay.
I don't know how long the first arc is. I think I can find out. Oh, it's 6 issues, so this is issue 3. So okay. I'll read up to issue 6, and then I'll
so
decide.
Far you're not sold though.
No, I think this was the best one out of the 3.
Okay.
But it still wasn't good. I still give it like a 6 out of 10. But at least it was better. Like the other books that I read, I'm just like, oh god, and I'm just kind of checking how many pages I have left. Well, Marvel Limited, when you tap the screen and just to see.
Yep.
That's what I felt like, even though this is a physical issue.
Silver Age comics, like,
yeah, I'm just like, how much longer? But this one I actually read without, like, I read the whole thing and went by quick, and I was like, okay, that was at least more readable. So,
right.
I don't know. Dark Knights of Steel. The Teen Titans are in this, which I didn't expect them to appear in. So, new posts coming soon.
Which Titans?
You see Raven, Starfire, Cyborg, and Beast Boy, and they come because Bruce has kryptonite in him, and he's half kryptonite in this book.
Yeah, he's a Kryptonian.
Yeah, damn it, I don't know why. I'm a fake fan, I guess. I'm a fake fan. Cyborg looks kind of odd. I think the other characters look fine in their medieval form. A little blurry.
Does he have? Is it like an eye patch? Or?
Yeah, it's like a metal eye patch.
It's a little strange.
But yeah, so Raven's able to like detect where it is in him, and Starfire's able to like pull it out, and then like Bruce like snaps at them because he's just like, no, like you got to get out of here. Like I'm supposed to be in hiding. I'm just like, we just saved your life. And then they're in Martha and John Kent's home right now. Like they have a farm out here. So Bruce isn't hiding there. He's hiding with them right now because Superman's trying to kill him.
Right.
So he's just hiding out there because it's like Superman wouldn't.
Why is Superman trying to kill him again?
Because he started to explain that like, your sister, because Supergirl killed Black Lightning in this, who was king, and so she killed him. So now Batman knows. So he told Superman. Superman's like, no, that's not true. And then he found out that they're half brothers, and Superman hates that because he's like, why? If you're family, why are you trying to accuse my sister of this?
Right.
So he like tried to kill Batman, and Batman went to hiding to heal. But anyways, they get a knock on the door because I guess the Titans are wanted right now by the law. So they were actually hiding out in the Kent's house too, and so they get a knock on the door, open it up, and it's Talia and Roz. They're in this book now, and they're just like hunting the Titans for some reason. So Batman's just like, no, they just saved me. Like you can't take them, and the Titans just like, well, you don't want to fight this guy. Like Ra's al Ghul's a demon. You can't fight the demon. And he's just like, no, I fought worse than that. He's just a man. And Roz is like, oh, really? And then he says a rhyme and turns into Etrigan. Like Etrigan the demon. So Roz is Etrigan in this.
That's
They combine
very
characters.
strange.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting that this book has the opportunity to combine characters. So
Right.
yeah, when Roz says a riddle, he's able to turn into like a demon form. And
That's interesting.
yeah, so he fights them all, and they're losing badly. So then Beast Boy's just like, oh well, I'll just turn into. Batman's just like, can you turn into like a big dog or something to kill him? He's like, I could do better than a dog. And Beast Boy turns into a dragon because it's medieval
Oh,
times,
that's
so I guess
cool.
he could. So he becomes a dragon, and they Titans work together and take him down. Also, Dick is in this, Dick Grayson, and he doesn't like the Titans because he thinks they're all like outcasts. He's just like, none of you guys are normal, and they're just like, and Starfire like yells at him, just like, you were like an idiot for saying that. Like, what an awful thing to say. Like, him and Dick, or her and Dick, they don't like each other at all. Like they've had history, I guess.
Is Dick like related to Bruce at all in this story or no?
He's not related, but it's the same idea where like
Not
his
like
parents-
related, but like he's like was taken in by Bruce.
Yeah,
like
he
that
was.
same. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. He's kind of more Nightwing now. He's not called Nightwing, he's just called Richard in this book.
Okay.
But he's past the Robin stage.
Right.
But yeah, he says like, we've all been looking for you. I found a crater piece with your armor in it, Bruce. You've been like, these Titans are demons, and Starfire's like, excuse me. And they start yelling at each other. So it shows that they have history and they don't like each other right now, but I can see that developing eventually.
Right.
But yeah, how's the issue end? Oh, issue just ends with like the war is about to begin. Like there's gonna be a war because now that Black Lightning's dead, it's now public. So
you still like loving it the way that like you were loving it originally?
it's good. It's really cool. I like the set. I don't know, seeing these new characters in medieval forms like the Titans are really cool. And seeing Roz, like every time a new character is introduced, it's a character I know, but now there's a twist to them.
You also see the post idea where you're like, that's comic book content right there.
Exactly. But yeah, like it was cool. Like when Roz turned into Etrigan, at first I'm like, that's weird, but now I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea to kind of put a twist to it. Like he cursed himself to be stronger, and I kind of like that. Also, I forgot to mention Talia also and Bruce. They have history too, because Talia's like, how you been? And so there's a lot of like universe. Yeah, Damien might be around, so there's a lot of little connections here and there.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's really good.
And they just announced the prequel. I mean, that's comic news that we didn't go over, right? It's like a one shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like so a prequel in that universe.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a prequel to Batman's origin coming because we haven't really seen it yet. We've been told that it's the same idea, like the Waynes died.
Right.
But we don't know what happened after that. Right. The Waynes were killed by a Joker in this universe. So
right.
And Bruce is having nightmares of it this whole issue. When he goes to sleep, he has nightmares of Superman, Supergirl, and Joker just like burning down villages and stuff. And he's like, this could actually happen. So
I think I'm gonna read this like when it's all done. Like,
it's good. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. And I can see it continuing past this too. So
right.
We'll see. But yeah, that's the comics, and I guess that's the show.
Yeah. Good show this week. Some good comics to go over. It was fun to go over Dark Crisis, and looking forward to the rest. Looking forward to the rest of Flashpoint Beyond. It's we've had some good comics coming out lately. So
first week of July, I think we got Dark Crisis 2 and Batman 125, and the next Flashpoint Beyond all in 1 week, I think.
And Daredevil's got to be starting up again soon, right? I saw a poster for it where it was like 2 devils are better than 1 or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't know when it's actually coming out. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had a Daredevil comic.
Daredevil 1 2022. Okay.
What was the last issue of Devil's Reign? I mean, I know they had like the extra one.
May was
last week,
extra
but
one. July 13th.
Is Daredevil number 1.
Yeah, so still over a month. Still over a month, but yeah, it's still exciting. So Darcy said he didn't like it. They went back to number 1.
I would be pissed too. I get why they do it from a marketing standpoint, but again, it's just like this is like the 8th one at this point.
Yeah, he even said crazy. Like he's just like, yeah, you can look for Daredevil 40. I mean 1, but it is 40.
Yeah.
So
that was what Williamson said at the signing today. That he was talking to my buddy about tattoos, and he was saying that he almost made this statement publicly, but he didn't make it. That if he made it to issue 101 of Flash, then he would get a Flash tattoo. But he never said it publicly. So because Williamson's got like a few tattoos,
Mhm.
and he like I guess he's gonna get like a Flash like running up his arm or something. But
Oh.
he never made the announcement publicly, so obviously he never got it. But seven, I think he said that 762, the final issue, was
Mhm.
going to be 101, but obviously legacy numbering messed that up.
Oh,
So it would have
dang.
been 101.
Oh, wow.
I was like, wow,
You
that's
should get
interesting.
that.
Well, we'll have to ask him about that. You know,
Yeah.
you guys have to talk tattoos.
I am meeting him in September at Edmonton Expo.
Yeah,
So,
you're gonna have to ask him
mhm.
be like, yo, you gotta get that Flash tattoo, man.
Mm.
He said you would like this. He had a Batman tattoo, and he said he got it when he was, I think he said 17, and he said he got the tattoo because he knew he was gonna work. He said like, I'm getting this tattoo because I'm gonna write Batman one day. And
Wow.
here he is writing Batman now, like
Wow.
final Batman issue today, but he wrote Batman. So
That's crazy. That's
that's
awesome.
cool, right?
Yeah, I like that. It's like
You
a
have a
promo.
connection. You got the Batman tattoo,
Yeah, I got a Batman tattoo. I got one when I was 17 too.
and your life's goal is to draw Batman. So,
Yeah, that is my life goal.
so
So,
there you go.
hey, we got something in common there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'll
that's
see him at
pretty
Edmonton
cool.
Expo. Real quick. Calgary Expo was in April. It was a while ago. But shout out to the person that stopped me saying he listens to the show. Sorry I was so awkward. I've never had that happen before. But if you're listening,
How'd the interaction go?
yeah, it was so yeah, a guy came up to me and he was like, Hunter. I was like, yeah. And it was just in the middle of the hallway. I was just walking by. He's like,
Right.
oh wow, like I listened to the show. Like I listened to a hero story. I'm like, no way. Like, that's awesome. Thank you so much for listening. He's like, yeah. And then I didn't know what to say.
You're like, all right, I'm gonna go. I gotta get some Timbits.
Yeah, I read some tidbits. See, I should have said like, do you want a picture or something? But man,
Yeah. Yes, he
thank
wants a
you for
picture with
stopping me. If you
the
see me in
Hunter.
public, which is a very low chance, but clearly possible, say hi. And I'm sorry that I don't know what to say, but still say hi. I
Man,
really appreciate it.
no one's ever recognized me in public. I wanna get on your level.
Yeah, I mean, if you see JD out on the Amazing Spider-Man 2 set, stop him and say hi.
Yes, if you see me in Times Square, definitely stop me. I will not stop at all.
But yeah, no, it's still really cool. And it was the first time that's ever happened before. So I was like, damn, that's stop me. I'll be awkward, but stop me no matter where you see me.
What was the next one you're going to? That's the Calgary one.
Edmonton Expo is the next
Edmonton
one in
Expo.
September. I'll be
Look for
there
Hunter.
Friday, Saturday. I'll have a booth up. So
Buy some Hunter art.
buy some stuff. And yeah.
Anyway, that's it for a hero story. Thanks for giving us a listen. Give us a subscription and a like if you don't mind. Leave a comment if you so wish to do. For a hero story, I'm JD.
I'm Hunter, and thanks for being a hero.
And remember, every second is a gift. Goodbye.
What? We haven't done this outro in forever.